Hey guys, it's Wendy with H2O Bungalow. I'm here today to share with you how to get more space in a small kitchen. And what I'm going to focus on today is adding additional shelves to my kitchen cabinets. So today I'm going to share with you how to add additional shelves to your kitchen cabinet. We're going to cover two different materials that you can use. One might be easier than another for you. And I'm going to share a few of the different connector methods. And finally, a few ideas on how to use additional shelves in your kitchen. So let's get started. My kitchen cabinets were a mess. There was lots of wasted space and many of the items were hard to reach. Okay, there are several different choices you have when you're looking to add shelves into your existing cabinetry. This is a shelf from my 12-inch cabinet. And as you can see, it's finished on front and back, and that's done with edge banding. It's just plain plywood, and it looks like it's got a natural finish of a poly, probably just a clear. So my first choice would be using a pre-finished product. They come in shelf lengths that you can cut down to the size you need. And I found this at Home Depot. It has a laminated top and finish, and of course it's done in presswood. My challenge in working with this type of a product is that even though the width is the same, it's a little shorter than my current cabinet. If this is not a problem for you and you don't mind having a few shelves a little shorter in depth than what you currently have, this could be a great option. It's absolutely a time saver. What I'm going to use for my big cabinets with the wide shelves is going to be a piece of birch plywood. I bought a 2x4 sheet and had Home Depot cut that down to size, so I was able to get four shelves out of that. As you can see, it's 1/2-inch plywood. I've applied edge banding on this side, which is something I'll show you in just a moment. It's done in birch. It's trimmed down, and then I'll give my shelves a coat of clear poly so they will match the existing shelves that I have in there. Edge banding looks like this when you buy it in the package. It's a very thin piece of wood with a like a glue background on the other side. And what you'll do is trim it. You'll iron it on with a plain iron, and I'll show you that in just a second. It'll trim on the edges with this handy little tool, and it'll give you a fabulous edge, just like this. So the piece of wood looks like a piece of wood and not a piece of plywood. So now I'm going to show you how to apply edge banding. So I have pre-cut a piece of edge banding, and I'm using my workbench to hold my wood up. It's just a little slat here in the way that I can tighten it. Whatever works for you. You could have another person hold your wood. Yeah, I don't generally have a second set of hands, so this works for me. Again, the edge banding has glue on one side. I'm simply going to line it up to the wood. I'm going to take my hot iron. It is set on cotton, and it is set on no steam. So simply cotton, which is high, 200 degrees, and no steam. And I'm going to very slowly press my iron directly onto the wood, and I'm just going to slowly go across the wood like this. To answer what you're probably thinking, no, the glue does not get on the iron. This is the same iron we use at home for clothes. I've never had an issue with it. I've done a lot of edge banding. It doesn't burn the wood. Don't wait too long. Go nice and slow. And then right behind the iron, as it's moving, you're going to want to press down. And you can take a block of wood if you want, if it's too warm for you, but just the idea is that you're going to be melting the glue onto the wood. Now this edge banding is wider than the wood that I'm using. It's a 1-inch edge banding. It's just what I had. I believe they make it in a narrower width, so it would be better to choose one that fit better for your size wood if you had it. I'm just making do with what I've got. So I'm going to let the wood cool slightly now that it's stuck on very well. As you see, I'm giving it a slight pressure upward and nothing comes off. You take an X-Acto knife, lay it on a scrap piece of wood and press down and just go along the edge of the board. Okay, and that will basically score it so you can flip it up and you'll get a clean edge. Okay, this is the edge bander tool. Because this is much wider than the wood, I'm going to be conservative and just take a little off at a time. So basically you'll put this over your wood, you're going to squeeze a little bit, and you're just going to run it along the wood. And as you can see, it starts shaving off the extra pieces. Normally you would only need to do a few passes of this if you were using 1-inch wood or 3/4 inch wood, but because I'm using a 1/2 inch wood, I'm going to have to take a lot more off. See how it's pulling off? There you go. And the idea is that it's going to shave the excess down and leave it flush at the top, so it looks like a solid piece of wood, and then you'll be able to lightly sand that edge and then finish it with a poly and it'll look like a full solid piece of wood. Alrighty guys, I want to show you really quick what the clips look like that I used. So one type just holds the shelf from the bottom, and from the top you really can't see anything, but simply it just goes into the hole. The other type of clip I used was this clear type, and this is the one that came with my shelves, the metal ones I bought at Home Depot, but they didn't have any more of the clear ones. I liked the clear ones, but the metal ones work just the same. I think it's, you know, preference. Either way, those are the two choices you have for your shelves. If you look closely, this is the shelf that came with my kitchen cabinets. This is the shelf that I added. They don't look a whole lot different. If you want to compare it to the ones that were ready-made, I ended up using all ready-made ones in this cabinet, and I don't think I can really tell the difference. Overall, if I were to do this again, I would just go with the ready-made ones and cut them down. It was a lot of work to do the other. So unless you have a cabinet that's got a lot of custom colors and or a special look that you're wanting to get, I would just go with the ready-made and cut those down. That would be my recommendation. Anyway, there you go. I doubled my storage space in this cabinet by adding 2 extra shelves. I added lots of extra space to the drinkware cabinet by breaking up the coffee cups and the water bottles, which are now laying on their side. This cabinet's so much more organized than it used to be. I placed the items that I use the most near the bottom, and there's nothing stacked on top of each other anymore. Hey guys, I really hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope that I've motivated you to add shelves to your kitchen too, just like mine. I'm loving my new space. If you enjoyed this tutorial and you'd like more, please go to my blog, h2obungalow.com, and subscribe. If you'd like the supply list for this project and extra tips and details, go ahead and search kitchen cabinets while you're there. Again, it's h2obungalow.com. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, H2O Bungalow. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you soon.